everybody. My name is Mark, and it's a great pleasure for me to be here for John and Gabrielle's wedding ceremony. It must be that a lot of people didn't believe this was going to happen because there's an overflow crowd all the way to the back. And I know they want to thank all of you for being here today to celebrate their marriage. John, did you have any idea that she would look this beautiful? You okay, man? You good? You good? And Gabrielle, did you have any idea he looked this handsome? Wow, it's beautiful that you're both here. And I want to personally congratulate you on your wedding day. I know there's a lot of planning and preparation, anticipating money, everything that goes into it. And here we are, a beautiful moment. They've known each other for 6 years, and were engaged in June of 2015. So if I'm thinking this right, he knew her about 4 years before he asked her to marry him. And my question is, what took you so long? But he did surprise her. It was at Disney World. And after the fireworks, anybody been to the fireworks show at Disney World? It's on the big lake and all that, right? I bet a lot of you have. So he set this all up just right. And of course, can you imagine asking the love of his life to marry him at that moment after the fireworks? And he made sure that a Disney photographer was there too to capture the moment. They love to be outdoors together. They love to camp. And they do have 3 dogs who unfortunately couldn't make it today. They couldn't make it because I guess they had prior engagement. But Brody, Miley, and Chance. How did Chance get his name? I'm kind of curious about that. Just a lucky dog, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I want you to step just half a step closer to each other. There you go. Even better. John and Gabrielle, today in this beautiful setting, you come here today to pledge your eternal love and friendship to each other, to share your strengths as one, enabling you to do more than you ever could as individuals. And when you do this with all your intention and life purpose, your world will be filled with the truest expressions of love. And sharing this love can be one of your greatest gifts to your family, friends, and all those that touch your world. And if you would right now, I'd like to have you just take a little bit of a deep breath and turn and face all of your guests. So I don't want you to miss your own wedding ceremony. Sometimes the anticipation is so great it goes by and it's like, whoa, what happened here? So, but really, I'd like to have you take a look around the room and make eye contact with as many people as you can. Because when you do that, I'm sure that these faces and all these people here today will be framed in your mind for the rest of your life. So look all the way to the back, down the side, across the front. Do you know all these people? You will, yeah. But seriously, I'd like to say that now that you'll soon be married, keep the truth of what you feel in your heart right now for all these people care for and love you dearly. And also, we don't want you to miss out on your bridal party, so please turn to your bridal party, the bridesmaids and the groomsmen, and just make eye contact with them. Yeah, there we go. Great, great. I know your friends are just really excited about all this happening here today. And may the gift of love between the two of you and all these witnesses remain with you forever. And I do have a statement I'd like to read to everybody gathered here today, and if you agree with the statement, I'd like to have you reply with, "We will." And the statement goes like this. Well, all of you who are present today surround John and Gabrielle in love, offering them the strength of your friendship, and in doing so, support them as a couple. In times of joy, like today, and all the good times ahead with family and friends, will you be present to celebrate life with John and Gabrielle, and thereby affirming their love for each other? If you will, please respond with, "We will." We will. Thank you. Christy has offered to do a reading today, so I'm going to ask Christy to come forward. And we want to thank her because I know that John and Gabrielle asked her to do the reading today. So Christy, you're all set.
Reading from the Corinthians. If I speak in human and angelic tongues, but do not have love, I am a resounding gong or clashing cymbal. And if I have the gift of prophecy and comprehend all mysteries and all knowledge, if I have all faith so as to move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away everything I own, and if I hand my body over so I can boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It is not jealous. It is not pompous. It is not inflated. It is not rude. It does not seek its own interest. It is not quick-tempered. It does not brood over injury. It does not rejoice over wrongdoings, but rejoices with the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. If there are prophecies, they will be brought to nothing. If tongues, they will cease. If knowledge, it will be brought to nothing. For we know partially, and we prophesy partially. But when the perfect comes, the partial will pass away. When I was a child, I used to talk as a child, think as a child, reason as a child. When I became an adult, I put aside childish things. At present, we see indistinctly as in a mirror, but then face to face. At present, I know partially, and I shall know fully as I am fully known. So faith, hope, love remain. These three, but the greatest of these is love.
Thank you, Christine. Everybody notice the bouquets today? Aren't they gorgeous? Springtime. It is coming, I believe. I have a reading that I'd like to share with everybody, and it's entitled, When You're in Love. And I want you to think about what the words mean to each one of you here today. But I'd like to dedicate it especially to John and Gabrielle. Because when you're in love, your joy is complete. When you're in love, you've found peace of mind with your best friend. It's easy to admire and learn from each other. The presence of the one you love fills your world, and when you're in love, hearts beat together. The eyes of the one you love opens the pathway to your own soul, and you understand that the greatest beauty is found from the inside out. When you're in love, every love song seems to be written the way you feel, and you realize that you knew each other before you met. When you're in love, receiving is wonderful, but giving always feels better. You're never alone, even when you're by yourself, because the one who loves you always has you on their mind. Here's a big one. When you're in love, judgment of the one you love does not exist, because love does not support guilt. Forgiveness is always your natural state of mind. God must have brought you together, and you're just a bit amazed that you stand here today. Who's ready to get married here? More than ready. Beautiful thing. We're just going to do the I do part now. So if you would just look deeply into each other's eyes. John, do you take Gabrielle to be your wedded wife, to love her, comfort her, honor and keep her, and forsaking all others, for so long as you both shall live, as so answer, I do. I do. And Gabrielle, do you take John to be your wedded husband, to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him, and forsaking all others, so long as you both shall live, as so answer, I do.
I do.
And Dominic kindly brought the rings today. Will you take one for me? Thank you. There we go. And beautiful rings they are. We could just take a moment and have a blessing of the rings. Heavenly Father, we ask that you bless these rings with your eternal love. As John and Gabrielle exchange rings, may they truly be a symbol of their love, and like a circle, may they shine with a love that has no end. Amen. So John, if you would, please take Gabrielle's ring, place on the tip of her third finger, and looking deeply into her eyes, please repeat after me. I, John,
I, John,
take you, Gabrielle,
take you, Gabrielle,
for my lawfully wedded wife,
and lawfully wedded wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better and for worse,
for better and for worse,
for richer and for poor,
for richer and for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we both shall live.
And slide forward. And Gabrielle, you take John's ring, please. Place on the tip of his third finger and looking deeply into his eyes, repeat after me. I, Gabrielle,
I, Gabrielle,
take you, John,
take you, John,
for my lawfully wedded husband,
for my lawfully wedded husband,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better and for worse,
for better and for worse,
for richer and for poor,
for richer and for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we both shall live.
And slide that ring forward, please. And if you would, John, please take Gabrielle's hands with her palms up so that you may see the gift that they are to you. These are the hands of your best friend, soft and carefree, and she promises to love you all the days of her life. Gabrielle's touch will comfort you when you're sick and console you during difficult times until better days are yours once again. In times of great joy, her hands will reach out to gently touch your face, once again revealing her great love for you. And when you chase your dreams, they will be the hands that cheer you on. John, days will turn into months and months into years. But Gabrielle's loving touch will show that she cherishes you forever and unconditionally. You'll always know deep inside your heart and soul, you're Gabrielle's one and only true love. And Gabrielle, if you would, please take John's hands with his palms up so that you may see the gift that they are to you. These are the hands of your best friend, young and vibrant with love, holding yours on your wedding day. Compared to your hands, John's hands are large and strong. It will be so gentle whenever he holds you. If you find yourself lost along one of life's dark paths, his hands will tenderly lift your chin and brush your cheek, reassuring you of his everlasting presence in your life. John will then take your hand and, surrounded by his overwhelming love for you, lead you out of any darkness and into the light. Every day, John's loving touch will show that he cherishes you forever and unconditionally. You'll always know deep inside your heart and soul that you are John's one and only true love. And finally, together your hands will build your future as you share your innermost secrets and dreams forever from this day forward. And as a symbol of their love today, they have planned a sand ceremony, and we're ready to do that right now. So if you'd like to just go ahead and step up to the sand table. Two colors of the sand represent bride and groom as individuals. And now they're going to pour the sand. And in doing so, these colors will become inseparable. And as the sand is inseparable, so will be their new life together as husband and wife. If you would, you go ahead and face all of your guests once again. I have an official Indiana marriage license. And you all get to be witnesses because we're going to sign it right now. Now, John, this might be the last time you go first, my friend. Right there where it says applicant one. That's you. with that at all. Right on the nose. There it is, everybody. Thanks. Today, May 6, 2017, John and Gabrielle consented together in wedlock and have witnessed the same before loved ones and friends and pledged their vows to each other. Therefore, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now seal your marriage with a kiss. Now this is where we get to make a whole lot of noise, everybody. So let's get on our feet, because it's my great pleasure to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. John and Gabrielle
Gabrielle Mackerly, and I just want to thank everybody for coming out. Absolutely, this is it's going to be a good time. We're going to have a lot of fun. And I was told a few nights ago that I have to give a toast, not a roast. So I'll keep it short and sweet. So I was going to start talking about Johnny back in the day when he's had his Ninja Turtle clothes on. We were both rocking a mullet together, and matching haircuts. It's pretty good. It was a good time. But I'll speed it up a little bit. I'll fast forward to senior year in high school. And John was, at that time, debating if he was going to go to college or if he's going to get a job and get in the workforce. And I had that same struggle. And my dad, Mr. Mackerly, John, he gave me some sound advice that I shared with Johnny. And he said, no matter what you do, I don't care what it is, whatever you're going to do, just do your best. And I really respected that, and I thought I'd share that. Then I put a little twist on it. I said, I want you to be happy. No matter what you do, I just want you to be happy too, John. And to me, he's like, yeah, Dad, I'm happy. I go, if you think you're happy now, you don't know what happiness is. So a few months go by, and we're going back to the old neighborhood. We're going to visit some old friends, Calinar Lane. We're just John and I on pickup, and he says, hey, Dad, you were right. I go, what'd you say? Not too often you hear. So I took advantage of it. And he goes, I wasn't happy, Dad, but now I am. And I go, what's making you happy? What's the change? What's different? And he said, well, I met this cute girl, Gabrielle. I said, Gabrielle, huh? That has proven to be one of the hardest names in the English language. Anybody not going to different. She's been known as Gabriella, Gabrielle, Gabby, Gabe, and my all-time favorite, Nugget. So again, a few more months go by, and we have a Mackerly vacation, and we go down to Florida. And it's just the four of us. And I remember one of the first days we were there, we went to the beach. And on the way out, we're leaving, and Johnny comes back with this jug of sand, this gallon of sand. And I'm like, we're going back tomorrow, dude. Just put it in the sand. He goes, it's for Gabrielle. And I never did ask. It was that from the Van Perry song, Walk to the Edge of the Ocean, Fill My Jar with Sand. I know it was Gabrielle. So I didn't know it was going to lead in tonight with the sand. So I'm like, wow, but I knew John was happy. Every time he spoke about her or mentioned her name, the whole vacation, he was happy. And that's I'm like, all right, so this is good. So another year or so goes by, they're dating, we get to know Gabrielle really well, and she's goes on vacation with us. It's a road trip back down to Florida, and I do remember a couple of things and how everybody got along, and I think the most that I remember is how much swearing was coming from the back seat between John and Gabrielle. It was a good time, but at that point I knew that, Gabrielle, you were part of our family. That was it. You fit right in. You were good. Which leads us to today. And Gabrielle, it's official. You're part of the family. But like I said, you've been a part of this family for some time now. And we love you. Absolutely. So I'd like for everybody to raise your glass for a toast. To John and Gabrielle, may you always do best at your marriage, but always remember, live happily ever after. God bless. Cheers.
Right now, we're going to turn the microphone.
I was going to do this from the hip, but at my age, I never would have remembered it. So I had to write it down. First off, I want to say that this is an important day for me as I resuscitate my bank account and hand over Gabrielle's spending habits to someone else. Sorry. Every father knows that one day his daughter will marry a great man. Flying asked to get married. And wish to her the best of luck in finding that man. And one day she'll be happy. And when the time comes, sorry, and this happens, all the father can do is observe and hope for the best for her. Today, this is my role. As a child, Gabrielle was outgoing, strong, and loving. Something that she's brought into her adult life. But along the way, she's picked up many skills, some from working, some from love, but everything she's done has made me a proud father. Always wanting to become better in what she does, and generally being a caring person. And it makes me unbelievably proud. When I was giving her away today, I can't deny I felt lost. After all, I was giving my daughter away to be married. But it dawned on me the feeling of joy and happiness that I was giving my daughter away, and she was happy, happier than I've ever seen her. And when I first met John, I knew he was a good man. Over the weeks and months, I saw Gabrielle become happier, more confident, and John has let her be herself and never tried to change her. I saw how they looked at each other and really hoped they would last. Once I got to know John, Gabrielle couldn't have chosen anybody more suitable, simply for the way he treats her and makes her feel. I cannot thank him enough, so thank you, John. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to finally say a couple thank you messages. Firstly, to my daughter and her husband for making me the happiest and proudest father today. Thank you. Secondly, I'm sorry, wait. Can I have my credit card back? Secondly, to all of you joining us in a celebration here today, you have all helped make this such a special occasion. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I wish the bride and groom all the happiness in the world. Oh, I love you.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Peyton. Gabrielle's one of her maid of honors.
I want to start off by saying thank you to both John and Gabrielle for letting me be a part of such an amazing day. Sorry. John and I are cousins who grew up together like brother and sister. He's always been my best friend, and he still is now. I was definitely that annoying little cousin that would never leave him alone for his friends, always. But I just thought he was the coolest kid ever. But the only difference from then to now is that he actually likes hanging out with me because he thinks that I might be funnier than him now, so. I could sit here for hours and talk about all the fun times me and John have had together, but that will take forever. So I just want to say that I'm extremely grateful for the relationship John and I have, and I will forever cherish the lifetime of memories that we've made and will continue to make. You have been such a great role model throughout my life, and even though you make fun of me all the time, I still love you. I met Gabrielle through John when they started dating, and as soon as I got to know her, I knew we would become great friends. She became such an important part of my life. She's definitely one of my best friends. As feisty as she can be, she's one of the most selfless people I know and lights up any room she walks into. Our memories together are priceless, and most of them are those had to be there moments. We can give each other that look and know exactly what each other is thinking, and I know no matter what, she'll always be in my corner, rooting me on with whatever it is. I'm not sure if anyone knows, or how many people know this, but she is funny. Like, very funny. Like, I die laughing at most of the things that she says. And I'm extremely blessed to be by your side, and I'm so glad I get to stand by yours today. You two were meant for each other, and I wish you both a lifetime of happiness. But of course, you're going to get that with me in your life. You two are the most amazing people, and I love you both so much. So let's raise our glasses and congratulate John and Gabrielle on this such amazing day.
Hi, everyone. I would like to start by thanking everyone for coming out to celebrate Gabrielle and John on their big day. I am Mackenzie. I am one of Gabrielle's maid of honors. Gabrielle and I met when we both worked at Massage Envy together. I'll never forget, I walked into work one day, and she was talking to somebody saying how good friends were hard to find. And I agreed, because they are. And being the good person I am, I volunteered to be her best friend, not knowing what I was getting myself into. And she's been stuck with me ever since. And the only good thing that came of us both working there was our friendship. Now here we are a few years later, I could not be more honored to be standing by her side today. And of course, I met John through Gabrielle. They were already dating when we met. All of us have had great times and great memories together, like our homemade slip and slide fail, our late night Nerf gun wars with the group, and our Friendsgiving and our summer bonfires. Gabrielle and John have always been like a second family to me, and I could not be more blessed to have them in my life. So here's to you, Gabrielle and John. Congratulations.
Hi everybody, I'm Dominic. For those of you who don't know, I pretty much grew up with John. We've done a lot of stupid things together, and as we got older, our plans got a little more elaborate, more daring, which is okay as long as our dads caught us, because the conversation always ended in, we're a helmet. I knew there was something different about Gabrielle. First time we met was at a Toby Keith concert, and she graciously joined in singing the Team America theme song at the top of our lungs. As Mackenzie mentioned earlier, I knew when John was going to marry Gabrielle was, we went out to Menards one day for something, and me and John ended up coming home with walkie-talkies, so she was very upset. So about 2 hours later, me and John are playing video games. She kicks in the door in a full Nerf assault, which obviously we had to go get our own. Anyways, I'm very happy for these two to finally get to this point. I think we all been waiting a very long time, and this is them.